Suicide. Suicide is a very unexpected topic to talk about on my channel. I've never really talked about this kind of stuff before. I've never really showed any signs of emotion to talk about it, but I feel like I should really talk about suicide because I've experienced it and I want to give an opinion and advice to those who the people who's watching it right now. So let me repeat this again. What is suicide? Suicide is something that you want to end your life. It's like when you have like many problems, you just want to end it and you don't want to face your problems anymore. And that's like what suicide is, a thought of killing yourself. Well, for me, it only happened this year. I became very suicidal. Let's say it was around the end of April. So basically, it was around 11 p.m., right? I was very on point in life, and I've been overthinking a lot, taking a lot of stuff that I shouldn't even think about. I have this girlfriend, and I don't really tell this. I don't really tell my girlfriend around people too much, but she left me, and my life just kind of went downhill since then. But the thing is, she left me and she came back. This is before the around the final of April, the final day of April. It was around 2 weeks, or basically. She left me, and I was kind of sad about it because I was at my lowest point at that time, and I've been trying to fix some stuff. I've been trying to handling it, and I tried to fix it. I've tried to fix the pieces, but things got out of hand, and she made a decision to left me, and I was heartbroken back then, and I was like, oh God, what I'm gonna do? Everything on me was like going down. It was like going down. I couldn't handle it anymore. So on school day, the thing I do, I was looking at the view, and some people know that I'm very suicidal when it comes to like looking at the view, and I was attempting to jump on a school at the top of the building, and some people saw me and they stopped me. And the second time I did it again. Like after a day or so, I did it again, and people stopped me until my teacher found out, and she called me. Right? She called me and asking what are my problems are, like that, like that, like that. And she was asking me, why do I have to do that? And I said, I cannot handle the pain anymore. I was crying in front of the teacher. I was actually crying because the pain is just too much for me. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't bear it. And I just can't handle it anymore. And my ex saw me, and she decided to comfort me. And decided to give me a try again. She went back and comforted me. She made my days. But the thing is, she doesn't know that I still want to do it because I don't feel any emotion anymore. I just don't feel it. I lost an emotion. I lost the love of people. I don't feel their love anymore. And I feel like I used to think back then people don't love me, people don't care about me. It's what I used to think. And around that time, I was planning to go out with the people that, that I love, that I love, and became friends for like a few years, a few months. I hang out with them. I hang out with my friends. I hang out with my teacher friends. I hang out with my friends. I hang out with my online friends for the one last time. In and I hang out with my girl, and I hang out with my best friend. That's it. The last day on around April, I hang out with my best friend and I made him happy. But the thing he doesn't know, I was going home at that time, right? I was going home. It was around end of April. I was going home, and the thing just struck beside me. Oh God, it's time to do it. I was there, right? It was around night. It was probably around 7 p.m. I was with my family. I was eating with them for one last time again. I was making them happy, putting a smile on their face, basically not showing any emotion. And around 11 p.m., I went outside, took my bike, and went to a place called in the Philippines Riverbanks. In Riverbanks, there's a bridge, and down there is a lake, a dirty lake. So I went there, and knowing this is the end of me, I have no second thoughts of jumping, right? I have no second thought of not hesitating to jump. I went to my phone one last time. People not knowing, say my goodbyes, and finding out my mother knows, she knows, and people were forcing me not to do it. You know, the thing I love about it is I realize that people actually care for me, you know? It's where I realize everything. And I decided to think for a second. Do I have to jump? Not. Because I was already at the edge of the building, having second thoughts if I should jump. Having second thoughts if I should jump or not. And people were forcing me. People were now actually calling me on my phone to not do it. And I decided not to. You know, after everything, I went back home acting like nothing ever happened. My parents were worried about me, acting like nothing ever happened to me. And you know what I realized about it? Sleeping, waking up, I realized that people actually love me. I realized people actually care for me. That's where I realized, you know what? I should man up. I should start to improve myself. I should start not being this person who is sad and I have to bear my problems and like make my problems go away. I have to be strong, you know? I'm sorry guys, I'm having a hard time to explain, but I just want to say that even though that you are at your lowest point in life, you should never do a thought of killing yourself. Why? Because in life, there's so many ways into it. There's so much you can do than just being your only one personal hobby, being the person you love. There is something more than just that. You realize people love you, you realize people want you to be alive, you know? And that's what's fun about it, you know? That's what like makes you think, oh my god, life is beautiful, isn't it? It's where you realize the things you did to people were kindness to them, and they give back that kindness to you. And I could never forget that day. 5 or 6 people who stopped me doing suicide, and I can never stop thanking them every day. I bless them every day, and I love them so much in my heart. they're in a special place in my heart. And I realize in life that you shouldn't do suicide, because it's not just because it's bad, because after everything you did, the process you did, was all that for nothing? You achieving a dream and then just randomly giving up, like, was all that for nothing, right? So no matter what life is, no matter how much hard it gets, never give up, because one day life will go back to you, and God will give you a better life, a better decent life. They will give you a better choice, You just have to go to these obstacles. You have to, like, defeat them, because in order to have a good life, we have to go through the hardest life first, because you have to work hard for them. So always remember, no matter what happened in your life, no matter what happens, never give up, because one day you will appreciate that you still live till this day. You will appreciate what God has offered you. You will appreciate everything. And that's why life is beautiful, okay? So, if you ever have problems and you think you cannot open to everyone, to anyone, you cannot open it to anyone, always remember that God is there to listen to your problems. Tell Him your problems, and He will find a way to fix it for you. And if you have close friends or a family member that is very close, you can tell that problems to them. I know this generation these days, kids like us cannot tell our problems, but at least a person you trust, tell your problems and have faith that they will help you. I'm sure they will actually help you. Always remember, guys, that life is beautiful. No matter what life gets, no matter how hard it gets, always remember, stay strong, because life is beautiful.